Hello and welcome back to our channel, Gal Pal Nails. It's Jen. I wanted to do a quick video on dip powder mixing. I stumbled upon a color that I made and it was almost identical to Kiara Sky Totally Whipped. I was watching another video, Nail Career Education. Susie was doing a video on some nude color powders, and I thought one was really pretty and I wanted to mix it up myself, not really realizing that I already had it. So that's the color that I made off camera. It looks a little bit more on the pinky side than the Kiara Sky Totally Whipped, but when I swatched it and took a peek at it, it was almost identical. So Kiara Sky is on the left and my custom mix is on the right. So I just wanted to use these artisan pigments to show you how much pigment you really need to make a light color like this. We do have some other videos coming about some mixing, and we used a little bit more of the pigments to make some blues, like 1/8 of a teaspoon and things like that. It was the first time we were using some pigments, and 1/8 of a teaspoon actually gets you a really long way. It makes your powders really dark. So that's the little spoon, mine broke, that came with the artisan pigments. When I measured it out into an actual measuring spoon, it came out to just under a half of a tablespoon of the white dip powder. So when I mixed up this amount, if I used just under a half of a tablespoon of white and mixed in the pigments, I could definitely get away with, probably 2 to 3 manis with using that amount. So really, if you guys are looking at like the buy sell trade pages and wondering how far a teaspoon is actually going to get you, it'll probably get you 1 or 2 manis. If you're buying some accent colors and things like that, it'll get you even farther if you're just doing 2 or 3 nails at a time. So I am using the 4 colors you see there: the violet, dusk, amethyst, and bronze. So the one that I'm doing here gives it the pinky pigments, obviously. When I was testing what pigment I could use to get that dusty color, the bronze is what gave me that. So I started with those 2 pink ones when I was mixing earlier, and you can see how much I use there. It's really like a pinky nail's worth, I would say. It's not much at all, and for that dusty kind of rosy tint that you want, maybe leaning more towards a brown. I hate to even say brown because it doesn't even lend itself enough pigment to even go brown, but you would use the bronze for that. And then this purple amethyst color is probably what I use the most of, but still, you can see here I didn't use much. It was just a tiny little bit. And these amounts of pigments are still going to give you light colors. The color on my thumbnails there, that lilac color, is a little bit of white mixed with a teeny tiny amount of that purple amethyst color. So it's really cool to mix up your own colors and see what you can make. So I'm going to let you watch me mix just for a couple seconds here. So after I did some mixing, it was a bit on the purple side. So I'm going to grab the amethyst color, which is kind of like a magenta, I guess, and add just a little bit more to the mix to get it a little more on the pink side. And you can see it's just a dash, a sprinkle. I don't even know what you would call it, but it's just a little amount that you mix in there. I'm just going to use the stick, the broken stick. Use it if you got it, I guess. So I'll mix that up just a little bit more and see how that turns out. Okay, so here's a comparison of the one I made earlier, and I think it needs a little bit more of this dusty rose color that's called Dusk. These pigments are, I want to say, was it 30 grams maybe? Each, and it, you know, I think I got probably 15 colors for $35 or something like that. I try to tell myself if I bought these, then I would buy less dip powder because I could make it myself. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned. I don't know if I'll actually buy less dip powder. We'll see. So I'm going to mix that up a little bit more. And it is kind of just like a guess and check. I'm not trying to give you exact figures, you know, on what to do or how to make this. I just wanted to give you an idea of, you know, some ratios and have you see kind of what it turns out as. So if you ever want to mix any yourself, you'll kind of know where to start. So I'll blend it up a little bit here, give it some good shakes. These little containers, they're just from Walmart, little like ramekin containers. I like to mix in these. I wouldn't store in here unless you're going to store upright and alone. Don't put them in a container. They will definitely open on you for sure. So you can mix in here and, you know, store them upright in a, you know, in a plastic container or something like that. So those are my two swatches. Again, I'll compare them. I think they look very, very close, almost an exact duplicate. Bring them a little bit closer to the light just so you guys can see. And if there are any more colors that you want to see me, you know, duplicate or anything like that, leave me a comment down below and like our videos. Till next time, guys. Thanks.